Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday, happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Hello, Lois Teresa and S. Steele. Nice to see y'all here today. I thought what I'd do, since we've got some big energy coming into play for everybody, no matter what your astrological sign is, but I thought I would do a reading for what would be in our highest good to know this weekend. And so I'm using the Angel Tarot. Hi, Sherry Neidig. Nice to see you on break at work. Oh, nice to join us. Thank you for joining. Hi, Carl. So just real quick, what's going on is, gosh, Saturn is entering Aries, both very strong powerhouse energies, Saturn astrologically, and then Aries is a really powerful go get them, get things done, take no prisoners kind of a sign. And so this means that all of us are being called into a little bit more state of discipline with what we're doing with our efforts in the day to day. So looking at where we are now in this moment, I pulled the Justice card, and the Justice card is seen here with Archangel Raguel. And Archangel Raguel is the peacemaker. He's the one that you would call on to resolve conflicts. He's the one that seeks to find that middle ground. So it's also about standing up for your beliefs. So some of us may be in mixed social situations with a lot of Memorial Day, things going on, weekend outings, things of that sort. Just remember that, we don't have to subjugate, but we can also try to keep things peaceable. I don't think we can have nearly enough of that these days. Everybody seems to want to make a confrontation out of everything. We don't have to do that. So we don't have to buy into that narrative. So that's what I'm seeing with Archangel Raguel and Justice. It's calling for us to be the peacemaker and to not fall into that narrative. Just because we disagree on certain things, we don't have to disagree on everything. Hi, Michelle Krantz. Hi, Venus. So as we start in this energy, what they're saying next is action that you can take is good news about financial matters. And this is also doing something maybe more challenging, or a new area, field of expertise to get into, a new area of study to get into. These are some action items that you might want to consider. Somebody's joining me here with his usual lateness. And then going forward, which is really nice. This is the Earth, by the way, is all about home, health, career, the day-to-day, the 3D. So that really makes sense about, getting some good news about financial matters and looking into doing something new. So what it says we need to be mindful of, though, is this is the Two of Earth. And again, we're in that 3D day to day, and it says to avoid having too much going on at once. So if you decide to step into something new, you might want to make room for it so that you're not overtaxing yourself and getting yourself into a state of overwhelm. Whatever you do, you're going to need to have, again, that Saturn and Aries discipline in the next coming months. So please be mindful of that, and I hope you'll receive that, and hope it works for you. I hope it blesses you. So I see that we've got some questions. Oh, yes. S. Steele has graduation party today. Yeah, those are always fun. Idle chit chat is not my long suit. I think I may have mentioned that before. So, and not everybody wants to get into the kind of meaningful conversations that I get real animated and passionate about. So we end up talking about real estate a lot, which is like, But anyway, let me go on and let's see what people are calling in with. Hi, Venus. Hi, Pure Joy LN. Carl says, may I hear from my spirit team for guidance next week? Starting anew again, as the deals I was working on and relying from Oliver didn't happen. Dang. Can I rely on him to deliver the goods? Very precarious now. Man. Actually, Carl, what they're showing me is a kind of stepping back from this Oliver person and taking a stand on your own and going in another direction. They're literally showing your energies like drifting apart. I think I mentioned in the other day when I was talking about how we may have these people in our lives, and we're all souls that are expanding and contracting at various rates. And, you guys just this may not be a permanent thing, but for right now, my point is they're showing you not counting on him and moving away from him. And I'm getting this feeling they're showing me like this, you're going to be pulling something bubbling up from within you that might even be like a new idea. So I hope that helps. God bless you. Hope you and the cats are okay. Venus says, may I hear a message from my dad, Bobby, please? And thanks. Well, let's see if we can ask Bobby to come in. Mm-hmm. He wants me to talk about cards, CARDS, cards. And he's like reshuffling the deck is the message that I'm getting here. So when I ask him, what do you want me to say about that? It's like you can deal yourself a new deck. If you don't like the hand you're having to play right now, you can reshuffle, and deal yourself a new deck. He also says you make a really awesome first impression. So don't sell yourself short. Get up every day and go after whatever you want to go after. Like, this is going to be the day I get this done. And this is going to be the day that, good things are coming my way. Surround yourself with good people. Know that blessings and miracles pop up everywhere for you and will be popping up in the days and months to come. So this is him, and he's showing me like he's got your back and he is there to be your guide. I don't know if anyone else has told you that, but your dad is acting and would like to act as your guide. So if you want, you can add your guides ask your guide, and to add him to your spirit team. And that's really awesome. How's that? Thanks, Venus. Thank you for the question. Who is next? Lori Christine. Do you have a message for me from my cat Tesoro in spirit? Sure, let's see if we can bring Tesoro in. This cat is coming in like a real, like, winding himself around your feet kind of energy. Like and I feel like this spirit feels like snuggly, loving, sending lots of love, also doing the bouncing ball thing. I don't know if y'all have heard me talk about the bouncing ball thing, but it's like, when spirit comes in, you sometimes see, I don't know if any of y'all have seen these, like in photographs or in videos, you see orbs. And to me, that's like when they show me this bouncing ball, it's like an orb coming in, and Tesoro is checking on you. Like, you called them in when you think of them. And so Tesoro comes and just to check in and see how things are going. So you have that ability and to continue the relationship with Tesoro and just ask, how can he help you? He can help, kind of act as a facilitator between your living cats. Maybe you could ask him to show them the ropes on a certain issue. He can also be there to love and guide you and bring you comfort and remind you of all those joyful, fun times and those good times when he was with you in the body. Yeah. So thank you for that, Lori Christine. Whoa, goodness. 3 a.m. here. Golly, Carl, I can't believe you guys. And Sherry's sitting in her car. God bless y'all. Man. Spirit Trevor says, hi, Donna. Would love a message from my mom if you were able. Sure, let's bring her mom in and see if mom could come in. The issue is not, by the way, whether spirit's there or not. In my experience, they're always there. They want to come in. It's how I interpret and am I able to pick up. So feel free to leave, comments down in the comments so that I can. Oh, Venus, like this one from Venus says, I never heard of her dad being my guide, but I love that. It makes me so happy. So yeah, bring him in, pull him into your guard team, talk to him. So anyway, going back now. Let's see if we can get your mom to come in, Spirit Trevor. So what your mom is showing me is like a need. She wants you to feel, you don't have to feel so driven. I don't know if you get that kind of a personality trait from her, or if this is how she was in life, but she was just like, go, go, go all the time. Always had a project going on, always had something to do, always had multiple irons in the fire. And that's sounds like she's saying that you're a lot like that. And it's time to like just slow down and slow your pace. The amount of things that you take on, she's saying that, oh, if you can do that, this sense of overwhelm will lift. This sense of, it's just like it's adding to your stress, is what she's saying. So take your time and try to set aside some time, even if you have to schedule it, to not have a task. Okay, to not have something that you need to be doing, and try, if you can, not to feel guilty about not doing something, because a lot of us who are really organized and highly scheduled, we're used to going and going and going and doing and doing and doing, we feel guilty if we just sit and relax. But she's imploring you to relax a bit, enjoy some time with your family, just do some things that make you giggle, play a game, watch a movie, go to the park, take a drive, but just take some downtime, need time for yourself and for your family. So I hope that helps you, Spirit Trevor. And thank you for coming in. Thank you for the question. S. Steele. Oh, I love the hearts. May I know about the next pet that might join my family? Have been thinking about getting one for the last 3 years, but it just hasn't felt like the right time yet. Okay, that's really beautiful. Let's see what the angels have to say. I've got my angel tarot cards here, so let's see what they have to say, and then see, I'll reach out to Animal World and Spirit, see what they have to say. All right. Oh my God, this is so cool. Archangel Ariel. She is the archangel of the animals. Can you see him there? Animals in the wild and also companion animals. And this is talking about, she imbues us with inner strength. She's really amazing, and about releasing judgments and bringing in a state of being that includes forgiveness and compassion, which also means, this includes animals. So you may find one that pulls on your heartstring, see it stroll or scroll, as you scroll through social media. You may find one out there that just finds that just hits your heart. I actually found the most amazing dog one time when I pulled up Facebook, and my veterinarian was asking for if somebody would be interested in taking this beautiful yellow lab whose owners were downsizing and could no longer keep her. And she was house trained, potty trained, obedience trained. I mean, she was amazing. And she was 9 years old. And I was so lucky to get to have her for a few years. And so it's not always a bad situation when people are trying to rehome an animal, or it's just a life changes. So you might be able to do someone a good turn that way. You may just find that your guides are saying that as you're thinking about it more and more, you're calling that energy in. So don't be surprised if you find opportunities coming about for you to like just do a self check on. When you do find yourself drawn to one, you may just do a self check, close your eyes, and look within and just think about what it would be like with that particular dog in your life, animal, cat, horse, whatever it is that your animal is going to be. I don't mean to, I go to dogs because that's what I have. But anyway, I've also had cats and bunnies and horses and all that stuff too. But whatever the animal is that you're called to, imagine what your life would be like in the day to day, living with and taking care of and spending time with that animal. And notice how your body responds to it. This will be your higher self. This will be your soul talking to you like this animal's got, if it feels lighter, if it feels like a little, ooh, and if you just, or you feel tingles, or it feels like cool, or you get a really warm feeling inside, that means that your soul is telling you that this animal has something to teach you. This animal has something to give you. And this animal may have some need of something that you have to give the animal so you can help each other evolve. So that is a great way to just sort of be observant and see which one strikes you. Might be the first one that you're drawn to. It might not be till the 12th one you're drawn to. If you've been thinking about it for the last 3 years, you're obviously one that's trying to be observant and trying to wait for the right one. But just try it on for size emotionally and just imagine what your day would be like and what would it look like? What would it sound like? What would it feel like? How would it adjust your schedule, having in this animal, and see how that goes for you. Wish you every success, and I can't wait. If you happen to get this, please check in with my website and email me a picture, or you can get my phone number from my website too. Text me a picture. I love it when you guys let me know you've got new pets, or even if you want to honor and memorialize ones that you may have lost. I've gotten several clients in recent weeks, last few months, who have had animals that have crossed over, and they have sent notice of that too. And it helps me also to hold space for those people, and for those of you who may have lost an animal, I invite you to do that. I'm happy to hold space for your grief, to hold space for you as you move through that time of transition. And also, of course, I can connect with animals whether they're alive or in spirit, as you know, so I'm happy to do a private reading too. But anyway, thank you, Estiel. I hope that helps. I'm really glad you're here with us. Lois Teresa, hi Donna. I have found a guide to drive with me to Belize. Whoa, that's awesome. Lynn Booker, is she honest? I feel good about her. Thank you. Let's see what Spirit says. Gosh. This lady is somebody, Spirit is saying this lady is smart like a fox, and she knows how to think on her feet, and she's a planner. She's not one of those, oh, let's see what today brings. No, she knows what she's doing, and she plans, and she actually, they're saying she makes all these tangential plans for different circumstances or things that might come up. So she sounds like she is someone that you could trust to be prepared. They are saying that she is somewhat no nonsense, that she's going to tell it like it is, which I think I would appreciate in the middle of something so big, and going through other countries as you're driving through south of US through Mexico. And I'm not sure how many other countries you have to go through before you get to Belize, but wow, that's amazing. And I am seeing just one vehicle. I'm not seeing like two vehicles. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I'm just seeing both of you in one vehicle. Okay. I guess I would have to say I feel good about her too. Let's draw a card. Based on what your guides have said, I feel good about her too. Okay. Oh my gosh. We are getting some awesome cards today. The angels are giving you the magician, Archangel Raziel. This guy has a rainbow aura. He's a master manifester. He has all the elements at his disposal to bring about what it is that we desire. So I don't think you can get a better endorsement than Archangel Raziel. It says, "You are ready!" Exclamation point. I don't know if you can see that down there. It's got to be able to read backwards, maybe. I don't know, but you have the resources and the ability to manifest, and life is magical. This sounds like you might be the one, might be a keeper. Wow, I can't believe I've got this whole deck, and it's shuffled and used for years. It's like, how am I pulling these? I love how they orchestrate this stuff. Can't make it up. So I hope that helps, Lois Teresa. That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the question. And Sherry Neidig says, do you have a message from my dog, Chloe? Let's bring Chloe in and see. As Chloe comes in, she has got kind of a golden aura around her energetic body. She's really got a beautiful, lively personality and a very curious personality. I don't know if this makes sense for you with her, but she is always almost to the point of hypervigilant, looking around, super aware at all times of where you are, where other people are, where she is in relation to where she's supposed to be and what's going on. But she's really smart. She's bringing in an energy of playfulness. She's also saying, to take some time to play. And she's showing me like this piece of rope with knots on each end and then fringe. And that kind of a toy, maybe something like that is what I'm seeing. And playing with it with either your current dog or, with your current animal. So I hope that makes sense. And I don't know if she had a toy like that or if she's just bringing this up, but this is her message for you. She's loving that you're continuing to give your heart to animals. She feels like, your ability to expand your heart and take in and love an animal is multiplied several fold. She's taking credit for her influence during her time with you. So if that makes sense, she says you're evolving toward unconditional love. With every new animal, you're closer and closer. And that's what they're here for, is to help us learn unconditional love. So I think that's amazing. Thank you, Chloe. And thank you, Sherry. What a cool message. Hi, Leo. Oh, look at Leo's little Chihuahua dog. Leo says, hi, can I get a message from both my dogs, Kurt and Bubba, plus any messages from my guides? Thank you, Lydia. Leo is Lydia. Okay. I'm going to try to keep that straight. If you can let me know if Kurt and Bubba are here or in spirit, I'm going to try to get their energy, but sometimes it helps if I know that. Okay, just going down to check. Okay. So as Kurt comes in, there is something about a timeliness. Oh, and giving yourself a hard time about his care, something to do with his care. So I don't know if there was a time he says, I got such good care. I felt like I got the greatest care. So I don't know if this is like, it feels to me like this might have been something that happened in the past. Papa comes in with a feeling of being more treat and more food motivated. And always ready to just be there, be affectionate, get loving, you know, kind of like hint around for a treat, do something cool, do something good, do something entertaining to get a treat. So yeah, I hope that makes. Let's see any messages from your guides. Let's see what your guides have to say. So have you ever heard that expression? They're talking about that expression, into everyone's life a little rain must fall, and that you're going to coming into this time where, not everything's going to go turn out the way you want it to, I guess. And but there is light. It's not forever. It's not going to stay that way. And in point of fact, it's going to shift the momentum of your energy in such a way that it will make you able to receive something really great. That you'll be in a state of receptivity for when this new thing comes along, after this period of challenge. There's going to be a blessing. There's going to be a big blessing. And it feels like it's going to be like July. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much. Carl says that's very helpful. Oh, good, good. Michelle Krantz, can I please have a message from my cat, Morris? He was my favorite cat ever. Had him when I was a little girl. Thank you. Sure. Let's see. I can bring Morris in. People call me that all the time. My last name, Norris. I get Morris a lot. I've always been partial to even Morris the cat from the old cat food commercials. And Morris comes in as a big guy, like not a little dainty cat, muscly and big and very sure of himself. So he comes up and he's got a little moxie, got a little attitude. But he's also giving this thing where he like puts his head under your hand and reaches up when he wanted attention. And I'm also showing you snuggling with him, like taking naps with him, sleeping with him. I don't know if this makes sense. Feel free to let me know, yay or nay. Try to get down like a lion. Yes, lots of orange fur. Yeah. So he's also sending you lots of love, lots of encouragement. Things have changed a lot in your life, obviously, in the time since he was there, but he is still with you. And as I mentioned before, we can call them in simply by thinking of them and asking for them to come and check on us. And you don't be surprised if all of a sudden you think you see them out of the corner of your eye, or, you feel them. Even if it's an internal feeling, you can feel that same feeling that you felt years ago when he was with you. You might actually like feel him brush against your leg or your face, or feel him when you're laying in bed and that kind of thing. So, he's inviting you to invite that energy if that's what you would like. Thank you, Michelle. That's pretty cool. Whoa, gosh. What a blessing to catch you live. Oh, thank you. It's a blessing for me to be here and to get to spend this time with you. Vienna says she's starting to learn tarot. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You'll be amazed how they learn to speak to you, and different decks have different energies and they call to you. I mean, I've been working with this deck off and on for 15 years. I just love this deck. But anyway, I have lots of favorites. I love oracle cards too, but that's really great. I'm glad you're learning tarot. Carl says I need to re-strategize. Yeah, yeah, good, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Good luck with everything. Can't wait to hear how you shine. Carl likes Morris's name too. Michelle. Let's see. Hi, Shanley. Hello, hello. Nina is her name. I guess that may be your mom, Spirit Driver. Thank you for letting me know that. Kay Muldoon, hi. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Shanley would like a message from your guides, your higher self. Okay. Let me jumpstart this with a card. And then see what else that might come in. Thank you for so loyal. I really appreciate you, Shanley, and all of y'all who come and hang out with me whenever I do these lives. Just so you know, I am going out of town again. This time it's not work and it's not family. It's not chores to do. So, but I'll be sporadic for the next week, but I will be back next weekend. Whoa, this is all about emotion, Shanley. This is like really big time emotion. This is the King of Water. This is like when you meet somebody special and you think they're a keeper. It's usually, that's the kind of card that the King of Water represents. And it says, open your heart and mind to those around you. They'll be giving you trustworthy and heartfelt advice. So also has to do with charity work. I don't know if you volunteer or if you have a charity that you've been thinking about getting involved with, Shanley, but this is all about, bringing in the good vibes and those trustworthy key people that are around you. Just lean into them. Wow, cool. Thank you. I hope that helps. Leo says, I think my mother, grandmother, and great-great-grandmother are part of my spirit team. Wow. Only talk to them via pendulum. I should ask them into my circle of spirit guides. Always, they would love it. Any messages from them? Wow. Okay. Let's see if anybody comes through. I'm sure they have a lot to talk about. Well, somebody's coming through with like their hair tied up in like a scarf and talking about putting pen to paper, talking about, making lists, talking about that, getting yourself, getting your plans in order, plan your work and then work your plan. This woman is really sharp. She feels like she was a woman ahead of her time. I don't know what. It feels next generational. It doesn't feel like, like your mom's level. I think this is either your grandmother or your great grandmother. I could be wrong about that. So let me know. And I hope you receive that message and enjoy that beautiful encouragement. S. Steele said that worked for them. The message, yes, please keep your eyes and heart open. Yeah, you'll get there when that connection hits. It's almost, for me, sometimes it's almost like, when you stick your tongue on a battery, zzz, that kind of thing. It's that little, it's like, oh, this is it. Yeah. It's so funny. Oh, I'm cutting out. That's terrible. I didn't realize my connection was bad. It seems really solid here. I've got 5 bars. So I hope y'all are able to get this. I hope this works. Okay. Hi, Polly. Glad you're here. Wow, Carl, you have your own channel. This is awesome. I've got my channel now about my cats and dogs. Yes, I've read for Kobe. I remember that name. And I think Kobe recently passed, and Pepsi. In case you want to see what they look like, yes, please put the name of your channel in the chat, if you would, so that we can all go and check it out. Congratulations. Oh, so this lady is from Belize. Oh, terrific. And they're going to take your car. Awesome. God, that's great. I'll be held in space for that, and safe travels for you guys. Okay, Polly has a question. My guide's advice to help with these trying times, please. Thank you. We've all been hit with it to one degree or another. Some of us more than others, some of us worse than others. And based on the way things are going for a lot of us here, at least in the US, doesn't show any sign of settling down soon. So let's just see. That's why we're here to support each other. Wow, this card just jumped out for you. Yeah, the Two of Air. And this is about like not feeling like you're able to make a decision on whatever this, is coming about as a result of these trying times. And maybe there's a stalemate and perhaps even a little bit of denial. See those two unicorns have locked horns at cross purposes with elements of themselves. So I don't know if that was a reflection of what's happening with you. If there are some choices to be made. Let's see what your guides have to say. They are talking about cutting something out of your life. And releasing it with love, not releasing it just like an exorcism or anything like that, but just cutting something out of your life that is not helpful, that is not serving you. Man, I feel like it makes my stomach clench. It makes my guts clench up. Whatever this is really bothersome, and it's affecting you physically. So I hope you're able to receive that and take some steps to free yourself from whatever this is, whatever this energy is. Yeah, be it an entity like a company or something like, or a situation, or if it's a person in particular. But thank you, Polly, for the question. I hope that helps. I hope it's an affirmation of what you're feeling. Man, I'm glad they took that feeling away. That was like gut clenching. Mm. Chanley says, Donna, I changed my questions. Seascape says, hello. Hi, I'm so glad you were able to be here. God, I haven't seen you online live in a while, but it's nice to see you here. Thank you so much, Seascape. Kathleen Moore, hi, Donna. Will you please pull a card for me today? Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. I love these cards. Oh, I guess I should. There we go. Hi, Kathleen. Pull a card. All right. Queen of Earth. This is Pachamama, Earth Mama, manifester, nurturer, motherly energy. And it's talking about making time for the people around you. Feel into that thoughtful, creative, warm side of yourself. Just whenever the challenges come up for you, it's saying just take the sensible approach and try not to project too far out in advance. Just do the next indicated action and keep breathing and knowing that, all this stuff that may come to pass, it actually does pass. It doesn't come to stay, it comes to pass. So, and the people around you are what really matter in the end. So, cool. Calling you into the energy of not just your blood relatives, but your love relatives, those people who really light up your world, the ones who are there to support you, your spirit group, your spirit tribe, your soul tribe. Bring those people in and around you and spend more time there. It's what feeds you and keeps you charged up and able to, meet the day, whatever the day may bring. You know what I mean? Life on life's terms. So thank you, Kathleen. Hope that helps. Chanley says, I'm not able to tune into my past loved ones, but last night they came to my room having a whole conversation. Oh my God. Well, maybe you are able to tune in. Maybe that was a yet. Maybe up until last night you hadn't been able to tune into your past loved ones, but I'd ask them questions. That's what I have been taught and trained to do. When they come in, Ask questions. How can I help? Why are you here? Thank you for coming. Always thank them. They love that. And they'll come back and, expand on things more and more. And just notice when you ask those questions, how, how are you? What are you doing here? What brings you here today, kind of thing. Notice how you feel in response. You may not always hear, you may not always see. I know you said they had a whole conversation, but they'll work with us through all of our senses. You may actually taste something in your mouth, that gives you the answer to why they're there and what's going on. Wow, that's just awesome. I love to see when you're lighting up and able to make these connections yourselves. That's so cool. We can all do it. It's just a matter of getting on that wavelength, that energetic frequency. So cool. Seascape says, do you see me moving in a good, affordable place? Let's see. Take a card, and then I'm going to tune into Spirit 2. This one is coming up. Oh my gosh. The Chariot. The Chariot is all about moving. It's all about recognition too, and an important achievement. But this is all about self-discipline. This card talks about public recognition. So giving yourself credit, finding this, but Chariot is always about moving on up, and moving. So the card sees you moving into a good place. As I tune into the energy of it, your guides are saying, what? Oh, this one is going to come along like you really hadn't considered this place, but it just sort of catches you at the right time, and you go to check it out, and it just feels really good. So, what is this? I do see a move like in the heat. So it's something coming up here in the not too distant future if you're going to be moving in the heat, but it's definitely a sweaty day. So yeah, good luck with that. I'm so glad for you. I hope that works out. Ari, the beautiful Aries princess says, hey, thank you for joining. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I hope you enjoy the group. We've got a wonderful group of people in the chat. They're very supportive of each other, and we're all glad to have you here, Ari. Thank you. Let's see. What do I need to know about my love life right now? Good question. I had this come up the other day, too, about with someone. If your life is in the place right now where you're happy with it and where you're feeling really comfortable in your own skin and confident, that's the kind of person that you're going to draw to you. So the cards are coming up. Well, let's see. 6 of Earth. Again, all about the day-to-day, the life and relationships in the 3D. Gifts of money, time, effort, new opportunities. It's also a time to pay off debts and that kind of thing. But in terms of your love life, there's a new opportunity in the offing. I wonder if it's someone that you might meet through career. Let's see what the guides have to say. I'm seeing you in kind of a casual mixer out in a large group of people. It's a casual gathering, like I said, but it's almost like this person locks eyes with you from across the room, and you notice each other, and then you just kind of keep going doing what you're doing, and then and you notice each other more than one time, and then you make your way over to each other to meet in a group. Just really hitting it off, laughing, talking, and real comfortable, like from the very beginning. So yeah, that sounds like this person is out there, and the energy is out there like imminently. So I hope that happens. This would be a good weekend for something like that to happen. Lots of social activities going on, a long holiday weekend. So good luck, Ari. I hope that works out for you soon. Oh, Leo and Lydia. So that's your nickname. Thank you for that. Hello, Heike. Hi, Art. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Sherry says, thanks. She was a rescue, only had 5 years. That's still a good amount of time. Wow. Lawson found the vet's office. She was. Okay. Thanks for joining us while you were off work on your break. Glad you could be here. Leo Lydia says, that is spot on. My Kurt was my angel, and I have felt guilty about things I think I could have done better. My heart thanks you. Well, Kurt says, don't worry about it. It felt like he got a great life. I mean, gosh. So it happened the way it was supposed to. You know, they planned their passing. So even the circumstances, it's all got a lesson in it for us in the way it happens and how we deal with it. AK says, thank you for the question, Leo, and for the extra added update. AK says, will my MAGA brother come around to the light? Wow, I know a lot of us are feeling that about our MAGA brothers and sisters. Your guides are saying that at first, even when he feels the pinch, even when he is a casualty of some changes that are going to be coming down in the next couple of years, he is at first digging in and just saying, yeah, well, I knew that was coming. We knew it would be hard. They said it would be difficult, you know, kind of giving the staying firm in the MAGA. But then as it moves on and becomes more widespread and becomes more, oh, you see this a lot on YouTube where they use the word unhinged, but as it becomes more like, oh, just unbelievable, the lengths that it's going to be affecting your brother, he is going to soften. I see him like doing this, just like I said, I'm just doing this, but I also see him still being prideful and not wanting to admit. So this may be one of those really good opportunities to, instead of saying, well, you voted for it, or, you know, you asked for it, just commiserate. And so I'm really sorry you're having to go through this. And, you know, I'm here to listen if you ever want to talk. And, you know, just that kind of thing. Just be there, because these people there's going to be a lot of walking wounded coming up in the next months and few years. A lot of us. I don't think there's anybody that's going to be untouched. None of us. So let's be good to each other and try to be there to be that shoulder, that ear when somebody needs to just vent. Because we're all going to have those days. And y'all are welcome to come and vent here if you need it too. So I'm here for you. And Bubba was a performer for treats. All about the food. That's me, man. I'm all about the chocolate. I have my kids coming in, and I brought chocolate chip cookies and all this stuff that they probably won't eat, but you know, it's an excuse for me to have it. I don't normally keep that stuff in the house, or I'd eat it all the time. Anyway, that's so neat. Leah, hello. It's so good that you're here, sweetheart. How are you doing? God, I'm glad you're here. And I hope that you're, you know, feeling a little bit better these days. You stay on my heart a lot. I know you just lost your mom. For those of you who are not aware, most of y'all know that already. And my dad is on hospice. A lot of y'all know that too. And he's getting, I hate to use the word worse, but he's getting worse. And so I'm taking this little bit of a break this week because I think it's going to be a long summer and a long goodbye. So anyway, my heart goes out to you. And I know that that's kind of what you got, was the gift of a long goodbye. So I think of you often, and I hope you're all right. Leah says, Hi, friends. So I'm glad, and everybody's saying hi, Leah. So I'm glad you're here. And yeah, Seascape is encouraging people to hit like on this video. It really does help the channel. So yeah, if you're here, please hit like. That would help. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. And Michelle says her animal is buried in the backyard. I'd almost like to find him and bring his bones to my next place. Oh, this is Morris, wherever that is. What you can do in lieu of that is to take a scoop of soil from your place and his spirit. You can imbue it with his spirit and take that soil to the next place and create something there. You can even plant a new plant and use his soil to bring about, a new plant. It would be really cool to have something gold, like a sunflower or some marigold or something like that in honor of his color when you move to your new place. But you can take that energy and have it, you can even put it in an urn and put it on your shelf if you want to do that as a memorial for him. But they're, they don't really look at that kind of thing the way we do. Animals don't, because they think of it as like we think of recycling. We recycle plastic, we recycle glass. Well, they feel like that their earth bodies, their 3D meat suits, they get recycled. If they die in the wild, they get recycled by becoming food for something else. And but if they're able to pass and be buried as yours was, they get recycled and they become nutrients for new life and new growth. And their spirit is what lives on. The spirit is what's going to be there, Michelle, when it's one of these days in the distant future, when it's your time to cross over. It's his spirit that will be there to greet you and love on you and high five you for doing such a great job in this life. So don't forget about that. Morris is going to be there for you. But I do like to do that same thing. I take pieces with me everywhere I go, and I have mementos of different key places and different key things that have happened in my life, and I set out. It's almost like I've turned my house into my own little altar to the things that matter to me and the memories that matter to me. You can see the story of my life on the walls in my house and in the crystals that I'm surrounded by. So I hope that I hope you can use that. Yeah. If you don't find the bones, it's okay. But anyway, just my 2 cents there based on my experience with them. So thank you, Michelle. Good comment. Leah says you're going to love it. I know you are. You're going to love tarot. It's just, that's how I get. This was like my gateway drug was cards. And I started doing tarot readings. And then, people started popping into them and the animals. And then I had this whole experience happen with my dog, Lucky, and he passed. And anyway, yeah, you're going to love the cards. It's so awesome. It'll lead you to a lot of other cool stuff in an amazing realm of new people. Exciting. Leah is sending lots of blessings. Paula, a lot of people. Shanley says, I do have another question, please. Here it is. I do have met someone I trust in my soul tribe. Oh, that's awesome. Good, good, good. Anja, I'm so glad you're here. I saw you the other day when I was on Terry Renner's channel at Holding Your Space. Oh, that was fun. We are actually planning to do that again next month. For those of y'all who know about Terry Holding Your Space, I know a lot of y'all follow her. She's so awesome. When we had such a great time a couple days ago, I think we're going to do it, yeah, June 26th at the same bat time, same bat channel, which is 11 a.m. Eastern. We will be live again doing readings together. She is so cool. Such a neat lady. Great energy. So Andrea says, back to your question. Sorry. Y'all can see I'm excited. I digress. Which of my clairs should I focus on developing next? I know I'm mainly clairsentient. Ooh, that's a good one. This is a really good one for you. If you're already clairsentient and you feel things, you can start to feel emotions as well as you can feel things in your body. So that's really good. What your guides are saying is I'm getting your ears. And I'm also like, I'm feeling like your throat. So this may be the start of having a dialogue with your guides. A lot of y'all know Susan Lynn too. And I'm reminded of her. And when she first started developing her gifts, she was just having constant dialogue, talking to them and talking back and forth, and still does, as y'all know, who know her. So that's what I feel. I'm feeling ears and throat. So don't be surprised at what that stuff, you may even get ringing in your ears. That a lot of times is a download, from spirit, bringing you, a higher evolution so that you can hear at a higher frequency and raise your vibration up for that. Yeah, I'm also getting smells. So you may start to notice you're smelling things in a place where you wouldn't normally smell that thing. And so to alert you that there's energy around that maybe you need to tune into. So, like for me, for example, whenever I smell gardenias, I know that my deceased grandmother is here to be of assistance, to be with me. I would, when I was first tuning in, actually when I was learning about tarot cards, I started smelling cigarette smoke in my house. And bugged me because I don't smoke. And I don't have anybody in my house that does smoke. So it's like I knew there was an energy there, and I kept asking who it was. And, it took a little bit of time of asking before I finally figured out and got an intuitive knowing of who it was. Yeah. But anyway, that is, I feel like mostly it's going to be hearing and talking and trying to exchange, getting into an exchange, and perhaps picking up smells. So, Anja, I hope that helps. Can't wait to hear more about that. Ooh, that's going to be good. Oh my gosh. Lois and I had a session yesterday, and her ankle feels better. I have we've talked about here doing releasing things in all directions of time. If you have, sometimes when we have physical pain that's just like chronic or nagging or just will not go away, and we can't figure out physiologically, and the doctors can't figure out physiologically why it's happening, it could be tied to a past life. It could also be tied to hurts and scars from something that happened in this life, that perhaps we stuffed the feelings about it and just didn't deal with it in the moment, and not knowingly, not consciously. It's just something happened and we were affronted, or it damaged our soul a little bit. A little tear there, a little scratch on our soul, and we moved on. But now it's coming back when we're ready to process it. Spirit's bringing it back to us to deal with and handle. So what you can do is release and love yourself, give yourself a break, forgive yourself, and lovingly release yourself and others in all directions of time for hurts you may have done to other people and any hurts that they may have done to you. And if you can pinpoint, think back through, and you may want to have a session to figure it out, but if you can think of it, just start saying this prayer of releasement. I lovingly release myself and any others I may have harmed, and anyone who has harmed me in all directions of time. I lovingly forgive and release you. And this helps sometimes with these chronic pains that come up. It helps sometimes with emotions that we just can't get past. You know how you get into kind of a stuck loop when you think of somebody, and they just trigger you just thinking about them. That's a really good one that this prayer of releasement would help with. So I hope that helps. And thank you, Lois, for letting me know that it worked again. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're good. I'm so glad you're good. Carl says, thanks for the shout out. I can't put the clickable link as I'm not a moderator. Oh, maybe Seascape can post it for me. Okay. Yes, please do if you can, Seascape. That would be awesome. It's your name. It's Carl Heese. So we can search YouTube under Carl Heese and find you. Okay. I will do it. Making a note so I don't forget. when I'm in the zone like this, things go in and out. Okay. Sharon Syke. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the prayers. We appreciate that and the good energy. We can all use that. And happy birthday to everyone this month. Everybody's having a May birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate the likes. Oh, Sharon, you got a fan club. This is neat. It's just going. Oh, Joe, nice to see you here. Can my guides tell me why I'm feeling so out of sorts lately, like doom and high anxiety? Let's see what they say. There is man, I feel like your root chakra is pulled way in. It's like your sense of security has somehow been threatened or damaged, or something is not, causing you to not feel emotionally safe. So this is coming at, that's why. If you can, as I was just talking about just a few minutes ago, if you can look back and see if there's something that may have happened that perhaps you didn't think was all that big of a deal in the moment, but it may be something that might be worth looking into, and just forgive yourself and forgive the other person or persons involved, and do it in all directions of time. Do it every day for 30 days because it really does work. I was highly skeptical when I first learned this technique, but I did say it. And by the time I got halfway through the 30 days, I really meant it. And by the time I got to the 30th day, I really heartfelt meant it. It was like being from the inside out. It really was genuine. And it brought about healing and release for me. So I hope that will help you too, Joe. And if you need me to send you the prayer, I can do that. Feel free to reach out and contact me, and I'll send you the prayer. C-Safe says, oh, I just retired. Woohoo, good for you. Congratulations. I have got to go. It's already time. God, thank you all for being here. Debbie Taylor, I don't know that I appreciate. I don't know if I've seen your name here before. I'm so glad you're here. Here, I'm just going to do one more quick one. I hope y'all don't mind. Got somewhere I've got to go, but I got to do this. Thank you for joining in, and I hope this works. Does your dad see you doing better financially? This is turning about, oh God, it came up again. This has already come up once in this hour. Having a hard time making a decision, of choosing, indecisiveness. But then it's coming up next. Self-fulfilling prophecy, 9 of air. So what you focus on really does expand, Debbie. So let me just talk and tune into your dad and see if we can bring your dad in. Your dad is talking about like turning your thoughts away from the worry about it, and just thanking your guides in advance for having the financial stuff worked out for you, and to focus on what you can do, like calling somebody to ask them how their day's going. Take your mind off of it. Listen, give someone else a listening ear. See if there's somebody that you can do a good turn for. He's suggesting that you just the less you focus on the worry, the more that it stays. Boy, I feel like I need to hear this one too. So thank you, Debbie, for bringing this question. Thank them for, he's just coming back around to, turning your thoughts to something else and reminding yourself that this will pass. Whatever is going on, that will pass. and that there's something new coming up with regard to a vehicle, your vehicle. There's something new coming up with that. I don't know if that means a new vehicle or if that means something new on the horizon about it, but I hope that helps. And if you get feedback later today or later, in the future, please feel free to let me know how these messages work out for y'all. I feel so blessed and so privileged to be able to have a great group like you here to work with. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy a fabulous Memorial Day weekend. We do want to honor all those who have served this country, and I hope we hold that a little bit in our hearts as we go through this extra free time and a bit of relaxation and enjoyment for ourselves. So thank you again. Take care, y'all, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.